Oh, I'm live. Oh, hey, Shayna. Can you hear me okay? Sorry, I'm trying to put on an earring and it shouldn't be this difficult. I figure I should spruce myself up for company. Ow. All right. So can you all hear me? All right. I have this new microphone plugged in, but I don't think I successfully... Oh, good. Okay, so maybe I honestly... Hey, Shayna, I don't know if I'm using this microphone or not, because when I started the live stream, it said to pick a microphone, and this one was not on the list, but then I went into my computer settings, and it's on there, but not on there. So honestly, I guess after I'll watch this one back and then a previous one back later and see if the audio sounds better. There's a little light on it. So, I mean, yeah. No, it's normal sound. Oh, poop. Oh, well, I'll figure this out later. But anyway, I got this. And eventually I'll use it. But yeah, it's called a blue Snowball microphone. It's kind of cute. I got it on Amazon. It's on that. Oh, you saw my Amazon page. It's on there. I just updated the page. Every now and then I go through there and, you know, get rid of stuff that I like they no longer sell, and then I add things that I've... Oh, say something loud. Hey, can you hear me? Is that sounding louder? I don't know. I don't think it's... I'll have to figure this out. Maybe I'll make my husband help me. But anyway, yeah, I was add stuff to my Amazon list as like, because I only put stuff on there that like I would honestly buy. Oh, it was, and it was one. Oh, sweet. All right, I'll put it right here, and we'll see how that goes. But anyway, yeah, I figured if people such as yourselves are gonna be take time out of your weekend to join me, I would make an effort to have it be as pleasant as possible. So I know from watching a lot of YouTube that audio is important. So thought I'd try this. And then also it's out of camera range and it's nothing you want to see right now, but I have this corner of my workspace I'm going to turn into a video set. So I came up with it. I've got some furniture that I already had. I'm going to configure, and then my husband, I roped him into all this too, and we're going to put some like 1x2s. Oh, hi, Cindy. No, I'm just getting started. I'm just talking about some stuff, some studio modifications I'm going to make. So it's a little so the technical aspect of this is a little bit better. But yeah, I'm gonna put some. My husband's gonna put some 1x2s up on the ceiling. Then I can. Oh, hey, Tanya. I can then mount some cameras and lights and maybe this guy right here from the ceiling. So then, so then I can film in different spots in my shop, and then it looks a little better. So that's what I'm working on. Oh, you're cutting. Oh, what pattern are you working on, Cindy? And I was doing. I was working on this one. This Sotak handmade purse organizer. I got permission from her to do video tutorials. So that's going to be either that or the Essex wallet are the ones I'm going to go with. I'm going to make videos and then see how that goes, and hopefully she likes them. But yeah, I've the patterns of hers that I've made so far are really good. She's the one who made that Devon pouch that you might, if you're in a lot of sewing Facebook groups, you'll see that one a lot, especially like midway through last year. There were a ton of people making like dozens of those things. So, but I like her. So she's her aesthetic is kind of similar to Noodlehead patterns, if you're familiar with those, where she uses a lot of muted tones in her samples. So I think it might be kind of interesting because I'm going to be, well, other than the one that I'm using, it's some of that Florida fabric. I'll show you. But in some of the other samples, I'm going to be using like brighter colors. So make, give the project like a new perspective for people. So Cindy's making the Liana Bowler bag from So Many Creations. Oh, I haven't heard of that. I need to write that down. I get so many great tips from you all. New things to look at and spend my money on. All right, let's see. Liana. Oops. Already spelled it wrong. So Many Creations. All right. Okay. All right. So for this week, I've got some stuff planned. First of all, I'm going to, it's over there, but you can kind of see that bit of purple right there. I'm going to show you that. I'm going to be doing, I guess like, I guess it would be an upcycle of a bag. I'll show you in a minute. You'll see why. Oh, hi, Maribel. And then I'm going to make some little doll shoes. And it's even if you're not into like doll making stuff, I think it'll be interesting, but we'll chat as I'm doing it. And then I have some denim swatches to show you. And then I placed another fabric order. And then I placed an order with By Annie, and it's supposed to arrive today, but I don't know exactly when. So if it happens to arrive while I'm still online, I might have that come in. Like I might have my daughter bring it in. And there's a couple patterns I want to show you all too. So that's the plan for today. All right. So I'll do the little show and tell first. That's fun. All right. All right. So the first thing that I want to show you, if you've heard of Style Maker Fabrics, they sell mostly like apparel fabrics, like fashion fabrics. So it's a nice alternative to your chain store because it's, my experience, been really good quality fabric. And they sell some cool cottons there too, actually, and a lot of patterns. The labels from Kylie and the Machine, like the snarky ones and the kind of cheeky labels, I've shown them before, but they sell those. Anyway, a whole bunch of stuff. And darn it all, if I would, I forgot. Let me put the URL in the chat. StyleMakerFabrics.com, I believe. I always forget to put something in the this description below that I'll be talking about. But anyway, so my point is that I ordered some swatches from them, and I did this because I wanted to make some bags with using denim, or at least like a heavier weight fabric. But I don't know if you've shopped for denim before, but it'll say like, like 5 ounce, 8 ounce, 10 ounce. And I'm like, what is that even? Like, I have no frame of reference. Like, can you just tell me like something better than that? So I thought, well, I don't know why it took me this long. Why don't I just order a swatch of every weight of denim and chambray that they have, and then I'll have some frame of reference. So then when I go online, and not even necessarily this website, any other one, and it says a weight, then I have these as a reference. So that's what I did. And these were, I think it was like $8 shipped or something. It was not a lot of money, but it was really great because they give you a pretty good size swatch. So it's probably like 4 by 6 or 5 by 6 inches. And then they staple this little card on here, and it tells you all the product information. So this is super handy. So then if I need denim, I know exactly what I ordered. So I got a 5 ounce. So this is like a chambray. So it's like those really lightweight denim shirts. That's kind of what that is most similar to. And then here's a lightweight denim, and this is like really lightweight. Oh, hi, Mary. So I'm not sure what, I think I've seen like heavier denim shirts made out of this weight of fabric. And then here's an 8 ounce. Was that the same? No, it's 6.5. So this is an 8 ounce. This would be like, if it's stretched, it would probably be like a jegging type of weight. This would also be really good for jeans if you live in a warm climate like I do, because like I like the look of jeans, but I don't want to wear heavyweight denim in the middle of Florida. And then this is an 8.9 ounce, and it's a stretch denim. So this would be ideal for jeggings. So, and this is like I've had jeans that were non-stretch that were this weight before too. And then we've got a mid-weight, which is 10 ounces. This is definitely like a typical jeans weight. So this is really good. And then I think this is the last one. Yeah, this is a heavyweight rigid denim. It's a 12 ounce. This is like workwear, like those Dickies pants, like people who work in skilled trades. This is like the weight that would be. And I think most of these heavier ones would be really good for bags. And then also I was thinking, I like this 8 ounce one. This would be good for doll clothes, because I think I'm going to get back into that. I took a little hiatus when my niece outgrew them. So yeah, so I got those. So that's Style Maker Fabrics. And they shipped really, really quickly, and they just come in a regular envelope. So, and the shipping was included. All right. And then this week, I remembered to put a link to Pixie Fair in the description below. If you're not on their mailing list yet, this was the freebie of the day yesterday. It's like a period costume. So that's fun. I've gotten a lot of freebies from them that were period costumes. So I don't have any immediate plans to make it, but free is free. And then you can see this is like a page protector that I use for all my patterns. And then I already cut out the pieces, and they just go in the back. Right. And then one that I paid for, this is a new release. This is from Apple Totes and Company. And the funny story is I actually sort of know her. She used to live in Tampa, and that's about an hour north of where I am. So I'd met her before, and I had known her before she even got into designing doll clothes patterns. So so I happen to know she's really, really, really cool person. So anyway, this came out. It's on her site, which I did remember to link in the description this time. Oh yeah, they'll be tiny. Not quite Barbie tiny, but yeah, it's fun. So this was $3.99. It's like $1 off because it's new release weekend. But the other thing that's really cool is that she sells another version of this pattern that includes SVG files. So if you have one of those cutting machines, like I think Shayna, you mentioned you have a Cricut, right? So you can, if you make these, you could get that, and then it would cut the pieces out for you. So, but they're really small. I'll show you. And the same thing with this one. I put the pattern pieces in here. Oh, you work at a boot and shoe factory. Oh, that's gotta be fascinating. That's always the one, like, it's like the holy grail. It's like, I can make everything to wear except not shoes. Oh yeah, Shayna, so you might like those. I don't know if you have anyone in your life who likes American Girl dolls, but you'll be their best friend if you do. But anyway, so yeah, these are the little pieces. Let me hold them up. So this is just marine vinyl from My Punk Broidery. So I put it wrong set up, and I just trace it with one of these friction pens. Oh yeah, Sheena, I forgot to mention they're little DNA. Is it a helix? Oh shoot, where did I get? Oh, I forgot. It's an Etsy shop I bought these from. Pop something. But they actually they didn't come as earrings. They just come as charms. Which this is like the biggest racket ever. If you're into earrings, if you have like a needle nose pliers, just buy cool stuff like this, like these little charms, a jump ring, and then an earring wire, and you just connect the three, and you have a pair of earrings, and it's like a fraction of what you'd pay if they were complete. Wow, so Mary's made shoes that have over 90 sewn. Oh my gosh, 90 pieces? I hope those are some expensive shoes, because otherwise, wow. I've made some bags that have that many pieces. Oh, you started right out of high school in 20 years. Oh, wow. That's a long time. It's got to be pretty interesting work to stay that long. So yeah, and then the other part of the shoes, you have the marine vinyl and then some 1/4-inch elastic. That doesn't include the soles. Oh, dang. I picked the color based on the elastic I had on hand. So I only had this like peachy pink color in 1/4-inch. So that's why I went with that color. And then you just use some cardboards. This is like the backing of a notebook. And then this is a 6mm thick craft foam. And you can get this pretty much any craft store. So yeah, I'm going to be, I'll be making those. And then I think that's everything else. Oh, let me grab this bag real quick. I'm going to show you why I'm basically remaking it. But if you tuned in last week, you saw the bird bag that I was working on. I gave it to my mom, and yeah, she absolutely loved it. 1,000-mile boots from Wolverine. Oh wow, I'd love to see. I love seeing how things are made. It's fascinating. Oh, did you ever watch that? Oh, what was it called? Unwrapped. It was on the Food Channel years ago, where they'd show you how they made all this junk food. Oh, I love that show. All right. Okay. So, let me take this off too. I put this on so I remember to tell you. I'm a stand for Buy Annie patterns, right? This one, and I made one of these using that same bird fabric for my mom too. Oh yeah, the big mixers, yeah. It's fascinating to see how stuff like that's made. Here's the other side. This pattern is free. It's on buyannie.com. It's called Call Me. And this thing is excellent because it's so small and you learn all the different techniques. Like pretty much every technique you need to know to make any Buy Annie pattern is, for the most part, contained within this pattern, and it uses just little bitty scraps. So what this is for is that if you have if you're wearing like something without pockets, this is perfect for this. I guess she had designed it for like trade shows, but I don't go to them, where like you have an ID, so that you have this clear pocket and you put your little ID in there. And then of course there's a little zipper pocket, which if you could always leave off if you didn't want to have that, but yeah, so there's a little zipper pocket. So you can use a little leftover zippers, and then the back is a mesh pocket. So what I use this for is, of course, all my stretchy clothes that I walk in, no pockets. So what I do, and I made the strap extra long, you can always knot it too, because there's no way to adjust it. I wear this around my neck or crossbody, and I put my phone in here. Actually, I got my phone right here. Let me show you. And since this is a mesh pocket, it doesn't muffle the speaker. So I just drop this right in here. And then, yeah, I wear this to go walking. So a lot of times I'm walking late at night and my husband doesn't want to go. So I actually just do laps around my backyard. And then I'll either listen to podcasts or like a YouTube video that I don't need to see. Like this one would be a good example. Like if you're looking for something to listen to while you're walking, because a lot of times you don't need to see me on the screen the whole time. But anyway, it's perfect for that. So of course I wore this one day when I went to see my mom, and she wanted one. I knew she would. I had a feeling I was going to offer her one if she didn't ask, but she's like, oh, I'd like one of those. So yeah, I made her one. I posted it on my Instagram. It's Nikki's Crafty Life. So you can see pictures on there. It's turned really cute. All right. Oh, I forgot to. I'm sorry, I'm getting all mixed up. I was going to just show you this bag, but first I got to show you this fabric. I have to. All right. So I went a little nuts. This shop is on Etsy, and they're called Heartland Quilt Shop. And the Heartland, there's no E in it. So it's HARTLAND Quilt Shop. So they are based out of somewhere in Michigan. I think it was Howell. So they're a Michigan quilt shop. So a lot of times, like local quilt shops, their overhead is crazy because, they got to have all that expensive fabric and then the store and the operating costs. So I think it's the reason a lot of them are on Etsy, because it helps them bring in another revenue source, especially now that a lot of quilt shops are closed. So anyhow, so it's nice because I can support a local business. And yeah, got all this awesome fabric. So I'm going to show you this. Here, let me put this bag aside. Let's put it down here. Yeah, this one I already cut up. I was leaving it all nice and pristine for everybody to see. Oh, hey, Cindy. Oh, this is from an Etsy shop called Heartland Quilt Shop. But yeah, this one I bought a half yard of this, but you can see I've already cut it up. I use it for the lining of the purse organizer. But this is you can see it's little manatees. This is from Ruby Star Society from their Florida line. So I think last week I had showed you 2 other prints I had bought, and I cut those up, and I had like a half quarter's worth left over. So I bought this to use with that half quarter's worth of fabric and the little scraps. I can make it an additional project. Oh, hi, Arlette. So then I got that. Set that down. And then I got this fabric. This is kind of cool. You can see I'm a heavy metal fan, so I had to get this. This is a Dear Stella line. It came out a couple months ago called Pour Some Sugar on Me. If you're a rock fan like me, you know that's a reference to a Def Leppard song. But I got another print from that line. There's another one in here too. I had bought 2 prints from it, but then I had trouble coming up with a project I want to make with it that only needed 2 prints. So I bought 2 more. All right, and then I got some Essex Linen. If you haven't worked from this with this stuff before, it's really great. It's a cotton and linen blend, and it comes in a lot of colors, and it's kind of, you can kind of see it's like this kind of heathered type of design on it. They have some more solid ones too. It's a little bit on the like kind of maybe a little itchy. Like I wouldn't want to wear this against my skin. I mean, because you can use it for clothing, but I would line it. But I'm using it for bags, so it doesn't matter. I line every bag. And then let me open this up real quick because I don't remember where this one came from. Oh, it doesn't. Oh, this is Andover. So this is called Rainbow Sprinkles from Andover, and it's a bunch of little stars and hearts, and then like a little like plus sign type of dealio. Most of these I don't have plans for, which is like a total hypocrite moment on my part because I'm always advocating for not buying a bunch of stuff that is going to end up in a stash, but I'm going to use it all. And then this is from Rifle Paper Company. This is a Primavera, and it's stars and cream. And that's to go with some fabric I bought the other day. And then, oh yeah, these are all Kona solids. Aren't they pretty? I went real girly with this order. Oh, here's the other print from the Pour Some Sugar on Me. I got some lightning bolts. And then this is fun. This is from Riley Blake. I got a whole yard of this. Most of the other ones, I just got a half a yard, but look at this. This is probably making people's monitors go crazy, but yeah. Yes, it's so pretty. I love, love, love bright colors. All right, and then these I think are, yeah. This is Ruby Star Society. This one's been around for a while, so you may have seen this before. It's Social by Melody Miller. So within Ruby Star Society, they have like 4 or 5 fabric designers, and they kind of take turns releasing collections. And I think she's the same one, because this is also Ruby Star Society. I think it looks like it might even been from the same line, but I'm not completely sure. And then this is kind of similar, but it's not Ruby Star. It's Let the Good Times Roll from Paintbrush Studios. So there was a panel that went with this line too. It was kind of cool. And then this is Libs Elliott from her Stealth line. So I try to remember to buy more neutrals since they go with things very nicely, and then I forget, but this time I didn't. And then look at pretty rainbows. It's happy. And then this is, it just says Chasing Rainbows fabric. So I wonder if I can find the selvage real quick. Blend Fabrics, Chasing Rainbows, something Ashbury. Never heard of them, but it's a cool print. It doesn't feel as soft as the others, though. I don't know why. And then this is a cotton flax from Robert Kaufman. I don't think I've ever bought any of this type of fabric. It feels similar to the linen, but not as itchy. But it's got cats, of course, because I'm a crazy cat lady. And then I guess this is the last one. Yeah, it's another Kona. This dragon fruit, and wow, that is, the monitor's not doing that any favors. But you get the idea, it's pink. All right, cool. So, yay, fabric. I don't know about you, but I like seeing what kind of fabrics other people buy, and a lot of times I'll see something that I somehow missed, and then I have to go probably buy it. So, all right. So now the bag. Okay, so this is linked below. This is the Pelican Tote from Bagstock, and this is a free pattern too. So you might have seen this before, but if not, here's what it looks like. And you're going to notice what the issue is. I carried this as my everyday bag for a long time, and then now I just kind of use it to occasionally take things to work. So it's got this nice front pocket. This is a large charm. This is an in the hoop design from Parker on the Porch. I made these on my lives before, and I have a video tutorial on the smaller version of this. Thank you. And then Bagstock has some free hacks on her site where you can add a recessed zipper to this. So if you prefer to have a bag that closes all the way, this is default where it's got these little tabs with a magnetic snap closure. And of course, it's got your standard zipper pocket. But of course, in any bag like this, oh, I got a pen holder in here. Anyway, any bag like this, you can always just add whatever you want to it. Just because it came with one thing doesn't mean, like if you wanted a zipper pocket inside on both sides, you can just add one. You just have to, you know, get an extra zipper and a little bit more fabric. All right. Oh, hey, Mary. Oh, you watched the monogram video? Good. Oh, and you got an embroidery machine. Oh, yeah. Bags in the hoop are fun to make, especially the ones that have like the unique shapes or like the novelty ones, like the disorderly threads ones. A lot of those are in unique shape. A lot of hers lately have been just like the rectangle with a design on them, but you can also like merge, like take a plain one and merge another embroidery design onto it. But yeah, so much fun. You're going to love making in the hoop embroidery. So I don't know if I can make this so you can see, but yeah, there you go. Those are teeth marks from one of my cats because I left this on the floor. You know, life gets kind of busy and some things just kind of fall to the side because, you know, you just got other more pressing things going on. I didn't hang up my bag. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, this side is even worse. Yep. Doesn't that look lovely? Oh, Cindy, you have 5 granddaughters? Oh, yeah, the odds of at least one of them liking American Girl dolls. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm going to be making a lot, some more videos of theirs. I'm going to talk to Apple from Apple Totes, because I talked to her once before about making videos, and at the time, my embroidery machine was acting up. Plus, she has sewing patterns, too, so I'm going to try and make some doll videos. Yeah, so anyway, this cat is in trouble, except they're cats. You can't really punish them. Like, what am I going to do? Like, take his catnip away? They have no memory. I don't even know which one it was. So all I can do is just grumble and be like, you naughty cat. So yeah, one of them even chewed up this strap, but not this one. But I also had made a mistake on this anyway, where I had, like when you trim the seam right here before you turn it right side out, you shouldn't trim the strap the same amount because it needs like a little bit more stability. I don't know if I'm explaining that well. So that's, yeah. So anyhow, so what I'm going to do is, luckily, the cotton portion of this fabric or this bag is fine. And this is out of print Tula Pink. And I mean, how could you not love that? So I looked and the lining is fine. Most of it's fine. And I think I still have enough of this particular vinyl, and even if I don't, and if I couldn't find any more, I could just use another vinyl. So I figure I'm just gonna take a seam ripper to this. I'm obviously not gonna sit here and do the whole thing, so it'll be really not exciting for you to watch. But I figure I could catch up on comments and answer questions, and you can kind of see the beginning of this process where, yeah, I guess this is like an upcycle. I don't even know what to call this, but oh, was I upset? But then I try to, like, you can't get too upset over something that's already been done, and it was pretty much my own fault anyway. So I thought, all right, I can just take this apart and I'll just make a new Pelican bag, and then this time I will make the straps correctly. All right. All right, so yeah, so in the hoop bags, Mary, Parker on the Porch, if you don't know about her stuff already, highly recommend. Who else? Disorderly Threads, that's like the classic. All right, any of you have have suggestions for Mary for in the hoop bags? So Parker on the Porch is pretty much my go-to, but I know I've made others and I'm drawing a blank at the moment. But yeah, her stuff is great. And she has a Facebook group too. It's like a super big one. So I think in addition to having like really good and really unique designs, Parker on the Porch, she's really good at branding and marketing. So that's a something to take a look at if you have a small business, like selling the things that you create. Is a lot of times like the marketing is just as important as the actual product. So with her, she's got this really fun, youthful vibe that's really appealing to a wide range of people, and a lot of bright colors. And then she has the unique product too. She's also very responsive to customer feedback and suggestions. I don't know if she necessarily will like make something just because someone requested it, because she tends to do like scheduled releases, and they have different themes. So like if you're like, hey, I want an aardvark bag, that might not happen because that might not be in her plans. And so usually she'll make a bag, and then she'll make like a little keychain or a charm set to go with it. And that's a really great idea on her part too, because I think if someone likes one design, like if she released a bunny purse, I think that was yesterday. So you figure if someone likes bunnies enough to make a bunny purse, they probably like it enough to like make a bunny keychain, and then you can make a bunny charm to put on the zipper of the bunny purse. So it's like kind of like upselling, and it's a great idea because you're giving people what they want. Oh, Olivia is recommending Designs by Juju. Yeah, I've used I've used fonts from them before, and they were very good. So I'm sure their bags are good as well. I think I've made one from Pickle Pie Designs years ago, but I haven't used them in a while. Like their stuff seemed to like be like unnecessarily complicated and very expensive. And then I remember I used to use this one bag from 5 Star Fonts, but Parker on the Porch has a what I think is a better version of the same thing, so I wouldn't necessarily like go out of my way to recommend them. Oh, the Applique Place. That is a really good one, especially those of you who have like kids and grandkids, like who are like, like under 10. It's the appliqueplace.com. I'm pretty sure that's the website. She has zipper bags, but their main function is that they hold all this really awesome like pretend play and dress up type stuff. So she has all these different themes, and then she herself has like 4 or 5 daughters. So she has them like pose for photos, and it's so cute. because they'll be like using it. Like she had one where it was like a police set. So she had like the badge. I don't remember if she had a little gun to go with it or not, but there was like the little, oh man, what is that called? It's not a tool belt, but you know what I mean. Where she showed you how to make a belt out of webbing, and then you had like little holster things to clip to it that had like the, like the flashlight and the handcuffs, but they're made of vinyl, so like your kids aren't gonna like chain themselves to your fence or anything. So, and then like little evidence markers and like the fold up badges. I think I still have a couple in my Etsy shop. I used to sell a ton of those, and they're cool because like she has a little vinyl pocket, like a clear one, incorporated into them. So you can take your kiddo's school picture and slide it in there so it looks like a personalized badge. Oh, and she has the clip-on ones too. It's like the size of like, like your standard work ID badge that most of us have. She has it, and it's a horizontal kind. And then it's got a little clear pocket in the top. I wish I had one around here, but I have to go like hunt for one, and that's not going to work. But it's a clear pocket at the top. And then at the bottom, it has like the job title, and she has a ton of these. And then like a little icon, like a little medical cross, or like a star for the police one, or a plane for the pilot one. And then you can merge it into that design like a font. And you can add the kid's name. I used to sell a ton of those. So if any of you are so inclined and want to start putting those in your Etsy shop, they'd sell great. I stopped selling them, but I just don't have time anymore. But yeah, especially around Halloween. But I mean, I would sell them year round. And they have like a little snap tab type thing at the top. And you take one of those suspender clips. And then you use the suspender clip and you clip it to the kid's shirt. It's awesome. Oh, hey, Shayna. But yeah, she has a lot of that kind of stuff. And yeah, I think I charged $15 for the one with the name, and then a plain one I charged $10, but I almost never sold the plain ones because people like personalized stuff. Plus it makes a really cute gift, and then the kid can wear it for their Halloween costume and then play dress up with it the rest of the time. But yeah, the applique place, awesome. All right, Mary's saying she does a lot of applique, a lot of towels. Oh yeah, applique towels would be cute. I don't know if I've ever done an applique on a towel. I know I've done regular embroidery, but yeah, and that sort of thing is great for selling too. Because like who can't use towels? And then like some of you all who are like really fancy and have people over, you have like the seasonal towels you switch out for guests. I'm in the midst of raising children, so my only goal is to have clean towels, and if they match, even better. But yeah. I don't have any guest towels, but they do look cool. I think eventually, like when I'm an empty nester, I will have some cool like decorative towels that I switch out every now and then and embroider cool stuff on them. I kind of like the monogram ones. Those are pretty cool, and that make a really good wedding gift, I would think. Oh, so you have an Etsy shop? Yeah. I was thinking of that. Because I know a lot of people have YouTube videos about their Etsy shops and just like a general tips. So I was thinking of that because I'm over 12,000 sales on Etsy now. And I was thinking like of asking like if anyone has like any topic that you're interested in that you think on Etsy, like a video about, like that would be helpful. Because my shop has been open since 2012, so I have a lot of experience, so it'd be cool if I could share it in a way that would be helpful to people, especially if you're just getting started. I do see a lot of misinformation out there. Like once in a while, like you'll see someone post in a sewing or embroidery Facebook group that they want to start an Etsy shop and they don't know if they should. Like, I don't know. Like I'm definitely not like I don't know. I guess I am sort of an Etsy fan or whatever. I feel like they've been good to me over the years overall. But I'm not saying like I agree with every decision they've ever made. But I think a lot of people tend to like really freak out over stuff and like, oh, they're taking all my profits and everything. And first of all, a lot of these people are not charging high enough prices. So some of that's on them. And then also you have to consider the fact that what they're bringing to you. Like, yeah, they're processing your payments and they're managing your orders, but they're bringing the customers to you in the first place. Like I tried moving my site to Shopify once. So many hours, take all these special photos and like fill in all the information, hours and hours and hours. I got one sale in 3 months because I had no idea how to do SEO, which is search engine optimization. That's what brings people to you in the first place. So then when they do a search on Google, your shop comes up. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, even on Etsy too, it definitely takes a long time to set up on there as well. But it does take a little less time, especially once you get your first couple listings, because you can copy those to use as a template to make your subsequent listings. So what I definitely suggest is just kind of thinking like a buyer, just like because I do a lot of shopping on Etsy too. Not only do I sell on there, not as much as I used to, just because I'm not putting as much into it right now at this stage of my life. But like I know, and the thing is with Etsy is like they seem to like go out of their way to hide their product descriptions. Like you have to click that item details thing that's really easy to miss. Like sometimes even I almost forget to read it, and I'm always the one who's like, read the descriptions. But yeah, like have a good product description. I mean, I can't say enough about photos that everyone else hasn't already said, but like having like well-lit photos, and really that's, oh my gosh, I'm telling you to have good photos, but at the same time I'm fully admitting that my photos are not awesome. I luckily my husband got into photography recently, because I'm gonna talk him into helping me out a little bit once he masters things, because I am not good, like all the lighting and stuff and like shadows and everything else. And they say like it's best to have a solid white background. Mine always look dingy gray, like old socks or something. I'm like, that's not the look that I want. So I use a piece of scrapbook paper that's like wood grain pattern. So I don't even try to get a white background. So, oh, a lot of y'all found me through Into the Hoop videos. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I do want to continue making those. I just have so many like ideas in my head all the time. I'm sure that's up for all of you. It's the case for you too. Where like you're just always like finding something intriguing online. You're like, oh, I want to try making that, or or sometimes it's like, oh, I need to do this, like oh, I need to make a gift for somebody. So you just end up just dabbling in so many different things. Or in my case, it's like something I can't afford to buy. So I'm like, I'm just going to DIY that instead. So I just end up dabbling in so many different things. And I want to make videos about all those things. Oh, yeah. Shayna uses white poster board from Walmart. Yeah, I don't know what it is, though. It's like I can't seem to like get the background to be actually white. Maybe I'll try again. I don't know. And I just use my phone. That's the other thing, too, is with the photography, it's mostly like you're like the like practicing your skills. You don't need to get one like an actual camera. Like you can just get a phone, because for pretty much all of us, our phone's camera is more than adequate for photos to be placed online. Like this is all you need. You just need to hold it very still. So I get a cheap tripod from Amazon. So if I'm feeling shaky, I'll just put it in the tripod. So that's if that's an issue for you, get a cheap tripod from Amazon, or even like DIY something, like use random stuff in your house, like a stack of books or whatever. But then have like, because you can put up to 10 photos in your Etsy listings now. It used to be just 5. And so, yeah, like they suggest this too, like have every single angle. You have to think of it like if you were in a store, you're going to pick an item up before you buy it. You're not just going to look at it and be like, all right, I'll take this. You're going to pick it up, you're going to look at it, you're going to turn it around, you're going to, feel it and everything else. So you need to kind of recreate that for buyers. So I've seen where a lot of people don't do that. They'll just have like one listing photo. I'm like, no. I mean, it's very rare that would be sufficient. I mean, even if it's a pattern for something, you want to see it in, every possible angle. You want to see a close up. I always include a photo of my item with this ruler, and this was like $4, just any ruler. And it's got inches and centimeters on it. So if I have a buyer from another country and they use metric, and then I also include the measurements in my product description too, because I see that a lot where people will review someone's item poorly, saying, oh, it was smaller than I expected. You want to remove any chance, as many opportunities as you can for a customer to give you a bad review, because Etsy very rarely will take down a review. Like I've had a couple, mostly I will say 99% of my Etsy experiences are delightful, wonderful people. There's always that 1%. We all know them, all the Karens, where they're like, this isn't what I expected. I'm like, well, if you'd read the description, you'd know what you were supposed to expect. Or they read it and they're like, oh, I didn't want this. Well, then why'd you buy it? Like, yeah, I don't understand that. It's like you're buying a car and you're like, I don't like that it's so dark in here, but I didn't want to buy the one with the sunroof. Well, that is not their problem. That's yours. You can't fault somebody because you didn't buy the thing that you wanted. Yeah, exactly. Cover all bases, or CYA. Yeah, you guys got to be really thorough. So you want to just like thoroughly describe everything. I also started having a photo of like me holding the product in my hand. So that's also helpful. Like I'll kind of like go like this, like I'll hold it because my paper is down flat on the table. So I'm kind of like, it's like a weird contortion where like, I think it's this hand. So like I'll have my phone up here, and I'll be holding the item in my hand up here, and I have to try to make sure everything is like level and stuff. And then I snap a picture. And then now Etsy rolled out to everybody the ability to have like up to a 15-second video. It's no sound, so it's fine because you don't have to worry about if there's got like kids or TV in the background while you're filming it, because there's no sound anyway. So even if it's something where like, well, there's really nothing to see here, I'll just pick up the item and like move it around, just so it has a video, because it's there. I mean, you don't have to pay extra to use that feature. So you might as well. I mean, I don't think anyone's going to complain that there was like too much information about a product. So I just put every possible thing down there. A lot of times, if there's any doubt, I'll say like, "Hey, this is for one keychain, or like one initial." Or if I show a prop, I'll say that item like, "Oh, the pen is not included." I cover everything. But yeah, those are the most important things. I just got good news on my phone. Yay. It's like career related. I'll have to show you. Yeah, and exactly. You have to think about yourself as a buyer. Like what would you want to know? And it's hard to step away, because if it's something like if you've been sewing for a long time, you forget that like all the different things that people don't know, because you're used to it. Like you know all these certain things. Like that this vinyl doesn't stretch, and someone might or that this is a smooth surface. Like this is a common thing. I'll sell things with glitter vinyl, and people will ask, "Oh, does the glitter flake off?" So you need to specify in that listing that this is a smooth, shiny surface. If it's hard to tell in your photos, because if it's like a rough where the glitter is going to flake off, I don't know about you, but I probably wouldn't buy it because I don't want glitter flaking off onto my clothes and all over the place, you know. And plus, I like shiny stuff. So yeah. Shayna's asking, what are you using all that mesh for in your Amazon shop? Oh my gosh, everything. Mostly buy any bags. And this purse organizer pattern, it actually uses mesh too, if you can see it right there. That bottom pocket, that is mesh fabric too. It's great for pockets, and it doesn't have to be just for buy any patterns. What's good about it is that there's like 15 different colors. It has some stretch to it. You only have to use one layer, so it makes it cheaper. You don't have to interface it. You can see through it. It's breathable, and it doesn't really add any bulk. And you can just use either binding across the top, or if you want it to be fully stretchy, not just the mesh, but the whole thing, you can put fold over elastic on the top of it to bind it, and then the whole thing stretches. It is super versatile. And then another thing too is you can make mesh backpacks out of it, like a whole bag. Bione's got a pattern for those. I think Sewing Patterns with Mrs. H has a free pattern where it's got like a little bit of cotton fabric, but it's mostly mesh, like for going to the beach or like just going swimming. It's really nice because then all like the sand comes out through the holes and you don't get as much of it in your car. But its stuff is awesome. And then also for I don't know about you, but I've been using mesh bags even more. I used to just use them for like delicate items, like underwear, bra type things. But now for my face masks, because if you're using the elastic ones and you have like I still have like an old school washer with like the middle agitator thing. I don't want it to get caught, like the elastic get caught on there and like damage my masks. So I put those in a mesh bag to wash them, and then I take them out of the bag when I put them in the dryer. Does that make sense? So now, granted, I fully admit that you can get mesh bags at the Dollar Tree, but if I don't know, I think I'd rather just make some, which I'm planning to do because they're gonna last longer. So I'm not like adding more stuff to the landfill. You know how it is. But yeah, so here I'm like almost an hour in, so I'm gonna set this aside. But Mr. Cat Toy here is going to undergo a transformation, but I'm gonna cut out these two pieces, and I'm gonna make at least one of these doll shoes for you all, so you can see this. Because when I first saw like you could make doll shoes, I was thinking, oh, that sounds so intimidating. But my feeling is that like if it's not a really expensive project, I'm not really afraid of failing at it, because I still learn something. I probably still will have had fun with it, and I'm not really out a lot of money. So these types of projects, especially if you sew, you probably have most of these items around your workspace anyway. And then like a 9x12 sheet of this thicker craft foam, I think is only about $2. And you can make a lot of shoes with that. And then you already have this cardboard, like just go into your pantry and get a box. Yeah, oh, I love disorderly threads. And then the rest of this is some elastic, and I'm sure we all, like, these are 4-inch pieces of elastic. So I'm sure a lot of us have elastic laying around from sewing masks, and if not, I checked Etsy, and there were a ton of Etsy shops selling 1/4-inch elastic in like 70 different colors. So you could buy some on Etsy. And then the other component is just some little vinyl scraps. So if you don't have any of that yet, you can go to My Punk Broidery, and you can buy 9x12 sheets for like, I think like $1 to $3, I want to say is what they are. All right. So I just cut this out. It's not like perfectly straight on the edges, but it's going to get covered anyway. And they're doll shoes. That's the other thing too. These don't have to be perfect, because more than likely the recipient is going to be a child, and they are going to be hella impressed that you made shoes for them, and they are 100% one of a kind. Oh, and for all my In the Hoop friends, there are In the Hoop shoes too. Most of them are not like 100% in the hoop. Usually you have to like sew the back heel seam. Like Apple Tote, she has some, like, it's like a sneaker collection where they have little appliques. They are so awesome looking. It's a lot of work because there's like several steps. Like you do the embroidery, then you sew the back heel seam, then you have to get out your hot glue gun and glue the top of the shoe to the sole, and you have to punch out the little holes for the laces. Or you could use elastic in there instead if that worked better for you. But they look so awesome when they're done. And it's really great because you can have like coordinated outfits and stuff. Like my niece, oh man, she was so impressed. I wish I could have given her all this stuff in person, but she lives in another state. So I would just like send like medium-sized flat rate priority boxes just crammed full of stuff. And then my sister would like she'd send me photos of her opening them all, and it was cute. So all right, let me just double check right up here. I have my Adobe Reader open right now, so I can look at the instructions. All right, so these shoes are actually unlined. Most of the shoes I've made have had linings, but this is fine because it's just designed to be a no-sew, and that's probably why there is no lining in it. So we're just gluing this cardboard, and this is just to make it stiff. So it probably helps the doll stand a little more easily. We'll find out, because if I finish it, then I've got my little doll over here. All right, so you have to glue this vinyl. So this is going to be the bed of the shoe. Is that right, Mary? So I bet Mary, you would be completely like killing it at this shoemaking thing if you do this for a living. Maybe you'll end up making patterns for shoes, and then we can all buy them from you. They have a lot of shoe patterns. Like I have a pair that's like an open toe version of like the Tom's shoes. Oops, I got a little glue chunk in here. Oh well. There's just this little bump here. That's all right. No kid's gonna care. All right, and then this one goes this way. And yes, I have forgotten to cut out 2 mirror images before, and that just means you're going to make 2 pairs of shoes after you go cut out 2 of the other foot. All right, so that's easy so far, isn't it? All right. If I had remembered, I would have printed out the instructions, but I don't think it's really too bad for you all, because I don't think you can really tell that I'm looking not at the screen right now. All right, so we need to do this. All right. And yes, I have burned myself a billion times doing this. They do make like little like finger thingies that are made of silicone. It's kind of like how the same concept of a silicone oven mitt. Not that I ever cook, but you know what I mean. So you have a little bit of overlap here. I'm not going to be too detailed with the instructions because I don't want to like give away too much of the pattern, but it's $3.99, so I highly recommend you go grab it. I've made a lot of her patterns. All right, so we're just doing that, and then I think, if I remember right, yeah, we just got to wrap it around and make some little snips. And I also need to remember to keep this all on camera so you guys can see what I'm doing. Otherwise, it's kind of defeats the purpose now, doesn't it? But yeah, this is fun. This is what I typically do. All right. Here's our little shoe. So when it's done, where's it? Okay, so there's like a little heel on the back, and then it's going to have this elastic strap around the ankle. Oh, you're here for the conversation? Thank you. I always forget that people who like the same hobbies probably find me interesting, because it's weird, because like in real life, I don't know anybody like in person who likes any of this stuff. Like I've tried to get my kids into it. They're just like, no thanks, and that's fine, you know, understandable. Although I did mention my oldest, she is still interested in learning to make plushes, so watch for that eventually. She's like frighteningly close to being 17. So and she lives part-time with her dad, and he lives like across town. So she's usually there on the weekends, and that's when I film videos. So logistically, it's going to be a bit of a challenge. And usually by the time we're done with school for the day, she goes to the school that I'm currently working at. We're just like mentally done. So I don't think you want to watch a bunch of like morose people like making plushies. So might be a little bit of time before I get to that. And I might actually make one without her, because there's a bunch of plushie patterns. So if I make one without her, she will understand. But I actually just talked to her on the phone before this video. She is pretty funny. She really likes video games a lot. Like a lot. So her dad, he's also like a huge gamer nerd, so that worked out pretty nicely. So they have that in common. So, and he's a cool person too. I think it's important to when the situation allows for it to for everyone in an extended family situation like that to be friendly with each other. He's good people. Just letting this dry. I'm just going to do one, like the instructions actually recommend that you make them both kind of simultaneously. But I'm just going to make one, because I think if otherwise, I don't know. I'm trying to be mindful of whether or not this is boring for you all. And eventually I will run out of conversation. But as always, again, if you have any comments or questions about pretty much anything, I am very open-minded, and I'm really not afraid to like offend people. So like if I think I mentioned that last week, like if there's a pattern that I don't like, I'm gonna say something. Because really, if you put a product out there, there's going to be somebody who's not going to like it, and you have to be willing to accept that. I mean, I'm not going to be a jerk. I'm like, there's a definite difference between being blunt and honest and then just being a jerk. I'm not going to do it to like, I'm not going to be mean-spirited, you know. But I'm gonna, you know, I'll be like, hey, I don't like this pattern, and this is why. So, oh, Olivia is saying no one in my family likes crafting and sewing like I do. Yeah. That sucks, isn't it? Preparing lunch for your picnic. Oh, that sounds cool. You must not live nearby, because it is horribly hot outside. And Cindy is sewing and listening. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I love doing that with like sewing YouTube videos. I don't see a lot of live streams. But I would definitely sew during someone's live stream. It's fun. It's kind of nice too, because since, you know, we're not physically together, you don't have to like worry about like, oh, am I not being chatty enough or whatever, because like you can like get sometimes if you just get like you really need to concentrate on a step in your project, you know, you can't, you know, it's kind of hard to talk and do that at the same time, and that's fine. Oh, I heard Southern California is delightful. Expensive but delightful. That's all I know. I went there once for like a day or something like that. It was a while ago. All right, let me try the shoe on so far. I think is this the right foot? Hey, it looks like a shoe so far. So far, so good. This is Jenny, by the way. I figured if I was going to have a doll and feel weird about it, I might as well give her a name. So I named her Jenny. But it definitely is weird, like, being of a certain age and, like, I need to buy a doll. Oh, Sacramento. That's the capital, I think. Yeah. All right, so now I have to put the backing on, and there's some little markings to help me match up, but let me just double check. Okay, so the straight edge goes on here. Okay, I think I got this. So I'm going to put some glue on here. And these markings, I used Pilot friction pens. So those are pretty commonly used, but I can grab one real quick in case they're new to you. Just make sure I got this on here correctly. This hot glue dries fast. All right. So these are the Pilot friction pens. I think they have other versions too, but I like these because, you know, they're retractable. But those, you definitely want to test them first, though, or just mark on the wrong side of your fabric. Because I have had a couple situations where I marked them on the right side, and then they're supposed to remove with heat. So I went over the iron, and it left like a faint mark. So you want to test, and then if you can, just mark it on the wrong side of your fabric. But other than that, they work great. And you can use them on paper, like, because I trace these paper pieces, and then I just iron the piece to get all the pen marks off. All right, so these other marks on here are for the elastic. Oh, I forgot to make little cuts. But this particular vinyl that I'm using is really soft and pliable. I think it was from My Punk Broidery. It might have been from Micree World, but I haven't ordered from them in a long time just because I just really like punk broidery. Yeah, originally I'm from Wisconsin. I'm told I have a pronounced regional accent, though I think it's probably a little less pronounced than it once was because I've lived in Florida since about like 05, 06, something like that. So I'm probably losing it somewhat because when I go back up to Wisconsin, where most of my family still lives, I can hear the accents in them now, whereas before it just was sounded like my Aunt Janet or my Aunt, you know, Joan or whatever. Now I can definitely like, oh, there's an accent there. I can hear it now. I know what people are talking about. So remember when I first moved down here, someone's like, "Are you Canadian?" Like, no, I'm from Wisconsin. I guess it's like a few hours from the Canadian border, but no. I'd like to go to Canada someday, though. It seems like such a friendly place. And it's kind of pretty, too. I won't go there in the winter, though. I never liked the cold weather when I lived up there, so I can imagine now. Oh. Except I'm going to be traveling up to Wisconsin on like for a New Year's Eve wedding. It's my youngest cousin. She's getting married. Oh, boy. That's going to be cold. But I guess she and her fiance are outdoorsy people. So, because I was thinking, like, why would you want to get married in the middle of winter? But they're outdoorsy. So it probably is not really an issue for them. So, all right, where's my tiny scissors? Oh, pushed it under the sewing machine. I'm just very carefully trimming off like the little bits that are sticking out. But you got to make sure you don't cut too far up or you'll cut a hole in your shoe. So this is what it looks like so far. Yeah, Wisconsin is beautiful in the summer. Absolutely wonderful. It's just a nice breeze and it's very pretty. Most of the people are really friendly. Like I always hear about Southern hospitality, but I don't know. I always found Wisconsin people more hospitable than Florida people. But I don't know. I could be wrong, of course, or could just, you know, could have just gotten a skewed sample. So now I'm putting the elastic on. I guess I should probably just briefly look at the directions. Oh, okay. Yep, we're just swinging this around the front of the ankle. So let me grab Jenny again. If you're just tuning in now, yes, I have a doll. Yes, she has a name. No, I don't play with her. All right, so here's the shoe. This is going to be interesting. All right, well, here, I'm going to grab my friction pen. Yeah, a lot of people retire in Florida, as I'm sure you knew. Oh, man. A lot. All right, I cut the elastic a little longer, and that's because there's a little bit of size difference amongst doll brands, which is really important to know if you are, thank you, if you are making these types of things as gifts. I can't remember what site it was. I think it's on Pixie Fair. I think they have a size. I'm almost positive they have a size comparison amongst the different doll brands because some are bigger in certain areas than others. So if you're making it as a gift, you want to be mindful of that, so you don't end up making something that doesn't fit your recipient's doll, because that'd be a bummer. They're like, oh yay, we got something. Oh, it doesn't fit. That would suck. And then if you're always in doubt, you can always just make it a tiny bit looser. All right, so I just have to make sure this elastic is not twisted. And then I glue in the right spot, and then I add the sole. And then there's a little, like an edge banding that gets added on at the end. Yeah, like I use just like a little scrap of vinyl for this. I think if it were a sheet, it would probably have been less. Yeah, easily. Like you could probably make 2 or 3 pairs of shoes out of one of those like 9x12 sheets of vinyl. So this is like, I don't know. This is fun. I could see myself just like making these in a rainbow of colors. You imagine like a little kid who got like if you get like a little narrow box or something, or like make one up and just have like a row of these shoes in there. Oh man, they would lose their little kid minds. All right, so there's that. Let me try on one more time. It's kind of the point of no return here, so if it doesn't fit, oh well, but I think we're good. Yep. All right, so that's what we got so far. Oops, I'll show you the foot with the shoe on it. So now we have to put on the sole. All right. So what we have here is we have our thin cardboard. You can see that. And then we cut that same shape out in vinyl. So that's the bed of the shoe. And then it's unlined, but it still looks fine. It looks good. Just make sure if you use something like this that try to avoid stuff with like some vinyl as a print on the lining, so you don't want to stain your doll. All right, so now we have to figure out which one of these goes to which. I think it goes this way. All right, so I just have to glue this to this, and then we have our little edge banding, and then it's done. And then I think at that point I'm going to sign off because I'm already over an hour, and that just seems like a good length of time for a live stream. And then I'm actually going to work on 1 or 2 videos today. Actually, I shot a really quick, like 5-minute one, just like, hey, what I typically work on a Saturday kind of thing. Yeah, isn't it tiny? It's so cute. You could probably think of other uses for these too. Oh, like maybe like some little magnets. I don't know. Oh, keychain. These doll shoes, these would make good keychains. And they have so many styles. like boots and everything. I wish I had some to show you, but they've all been mailed away. But yeah, so there you go. You can see. So it's a little more substantial now. It's got a nice sole to it, and then this is what you'll see. And then you got your little strip of vinyl. And I do remember this. You start at the inner like side. Mary, what's this called? It's the instep or no? I do not know. All right. So I'm going to start it right there, and then you want to line it up with the bottom of the shoe so that it sits level on your floor or wherever this doll is going to be hanging out. I actually have all kinds of stuff that's like in progress for these dolls that I never finished. But I'm going to finish it first of all because it's kind of fun, and second of all, there's still lots of kids out there who would love to have this stuff. And I mentioned in the video that I just filmed that's not out yet, but I got this great idea, and some of you all might want to hopefully be inspired to do this too. I think I mentioned a little bit in the beginning of the video actually, but I want to do like a gift set for a doll. Like I'll find someone to like buy one of the dolls. Like this one is Our Generation from Target, and they're like $20 to $25. They're not very expensive. Like the American Girl doll ones, those are like $100. So this one is pretty affordable. So if I can get someone to buy the doll, like I'll hit up one of my friends or something, and then I want to make like a 10 outfit wardrobe for the doll, and then a bunch of accessories. So like some like little like play food, because there's the American Girl, not American Girl, I told her name now. Her YouTube channel has so many awesome craft ideas for these dolls. Highly recommend. And they're short, like really well edited videos. I highly recommend. Just go look her up here on YouTube and check out a couple of her videos. You will be very entertained and hopefully inspired. But yeah, so make like a wardrobe, like maybe like 5 pairs of shoes, and then like have everything coordinate in like a jacket and a swimsuit, maybe like a little work uniform, and then like a bed. A little backpack with school stuff in it. Yeah, just like a whole like little play set. And if I really get brave, maybe try building like a little bed, or even better would be like a day bed sort of thing, because then it can be a bed and a couch for the doll. So it's more versatile and then take up less space. And then what I thought was to then donate them to like the local foster care agency, because that's always a need, and it's a need in every single community. I'm just trimming off the excess here, and you will just like make some child so delighted. And a lot of kids, like, they work out their emotions through play, so it's almost therapeutic too. So if you're so inclined, just contact your local foster care agency. Sometimes it's also called like out of home care, because the kids might not necessarily be in foster care. They might be like staying with a relative. So sometimes they just call it out of home care, just to encompass all the different arrangements and situations. But yeah, just say like, hey, I want to make some stuff. It's really cool. Can I donate it? And sometimes it might take a few attempts to get a hold of somebody, because everyone at those agencies they're overworked, underpaid, understaffed, because not a lot of people can mentally handle that job. But once you get a hold of somebody, or another one, if that doesn't work, is the Guardian Ad Litem program. And again, if you're outside the U.S., I apologize. I don't know what the equivalents are at all, but I'm sure if you're in said country, you probably have some idea. But the Guardian Ad Litem programs, Those are usually run by volunteers, and they are court-appointed child advocates. They might also be a good resource for you if you want to make things. I remember when I worked at an agency like that, we had this older lady, and I never got to meet her, but every now and then I go to the front desk and there'd be some like a stack of knitted blankets or some like obviously beautifully handmade baby clothes. And I'd always be like, where are these coming from? And someone donate these, and it would say, oh yeah, this older lady, she came in, like she stops in every month and just brings us a stack of like baby blankets and stuff. And they were appreciated. Like people would come in and be like, dibs, I want one for one of my families. And yeah, and it was so cool, like, to be a caseworker and be able to like bring something nice to the family when you're going there to do your home visit and check in on them and stuff. And those kids, a lot of them, oh my gosh, they are like they a lot of them come into care with literally nothing, like a dirty outfit and no shoes. So that is a real huge area of need that a lot of times people don't really talk about, because it doesn't impact every single person, so. But that's a definite place where your talents can really be appreciated. All right, I'm just filling in a couple little spots without damaging the vinyl. That's scary. Just trying to glue this in place, and it is done as soon as that glue dries. All right, you can see that. Oh, it's cute, isn't it? I'll make the other one later. And there's the other side, and then let me put it on the doll's foot. All right. Oh, by the way, this jacket is from Liberty Jane. I forgot the other, Liberty Jane something, but on pixiefair.com, that's where you can get this pattern. This is fun to make. It takes a long time, but it's fun, at least in my opinion. And this dress, I think, is called Abigail, and it's from violetfieldthreads.com. They specialize in little girls and then some misses styles, and most of their patterns come with the doll version. So if you're not familiar with them, I recommend them too. Their doll patterns are pretty cheap. But there's our doll shoe. That is so cute. Look at that. Not bad for a $4 to $5 pattern, and then it was not that difficult to cut out, even if you don't want to get the version with the SVG files and cut it out on a Cricut or a Silhouette. This was not hard. That is so cool. All right. Well, I am going to sign off for this week. And as always, I'm so glad that you're here. I love talking with all of you. And this is a highlight of my week, and I cannot wait to see you next week. So, bye, everybody. Take care.